Hey, Mark, I'm here. WRHT 848.
Sorry, just responding a little wrong. Wrong for the WSH H86 to WRH. I believe it's WRHT 848, William. How's your afternoon going?
Yeah, pretty good. Got me in a good walk here a while ago. It's a nice, cool day for that. It's not too bad. What's going on with you? Happy Christmas Eve.
Hey, Merry Christmas Eve to you as well, William. I've already been up for the morning. I fought the crowd. I actually just went to the grocery store just for normal stuff, but put it off yesterday because I went to go to the grocery store and it was like packed. I guess everybody's getting ready for the silly day tomorrow, but I'm just touching with my mom and checking with her, and other than that, I'm just kind of just lazy, laying around watching TV. How about you?
I wish I could say the same. Parents have been gone for a while now, and just sitting around. I don't pay for television. I used to do over-the-air digital television, but I quit doing that probably a year or so ago, and now I'm just watching YouTube videos.
Hey, copy that. Yeah, there's nothing in the world wrong with that. I almost feel guilty for not having more to do on a Christmas Eve, but getting a little older here, and it's not important. But I got this morning. It's nice and crisp out there, but and surely enjoyed it. But it was nice to beat the traffic out. But I was actually picking up as I was headed back in. But just trying to figure out what's for a late lunch, early dinner. I'm not quite sure yet, but thought I'd throw the call sign out there, see who's out there.
Yeah, I was just doing the same thing. Got plenty. Not really excited about what I've got. I've got something to eat if I need it. So I was just kind of going through my mind, which leftovers or what, because that's the fastest way to do it. Just pop it in the microwave, and there's always something in a box or can I can open up and toss in the microwave anyways. Maybe less energy, definitely less heat. I could use the range top or the oven or what have you, and warm this place up easily. Not that it's cold, but gosh, as long as we've been here, we haven't had to run a heater anyways, so it's comfortable. But along the same thoughts there's somebody on the MRA, and you're the first guy I've heard so far. Of course, the radio hasn't been on all day yet, so I can't speak for anybody else that's been here.
Hey, copy. There's nothing at all wrong with going through the leftovers and stuff like that. You got family coming in. You were saying you were just kind of tuning in here, and you got the first person. I spoke with a couple earlier, but here I was up at the crack of dawn. So, but trying to get warm, enjoying my coffee. But anyway, you got family coming in for the holidays, or is that pretty much set?
Yeah, as far as we know of, nobody's coming by to see us, and we haven't had that kind of company in probably a few years anyways. Don't have any plans on going anywhere, so tomorrow's going to be a normal day for us. My brother out there on the West Coast sent us some Christmas gifts. They got here yesterday. It seemed like they got here in a hurry. He said he didn't send them in the mail till last minute Friday. It usually takes 7 days to ship things across the states anyways, but regardless, they came here. I got a couple of T-shirts, which is nice. I could always use extra clothes. And he sent me an older version of the RTL SDR dongle, one of those software-defined radio things that you stick on your computer, and you can receive all kinds of stuff. It's version 3. I think it's a version 4, but I'm looking at it now. I'm missing one adapter for Android because I don't have a decent running PC right now, and I don't have any way to download the software to the PC because it's no longer internet compliant.
Hey, copy that. I have way too many laptops here, but they're old Windows-based units here. I haven't really gotten anything like that yet here yet. Probably still waiting for the ham world, but I'm actually gonna probably Google that myself on YouTube here just to get an idea what you're talking about there. But my laptops, I don't replace them unless I had to. Last one I bought was for my work, and then 2 weeks later they told me to take it home. They were supplying our own. But after I retired, I've got more laptops I can look at. But anyway, several of them have aged out. So, anyway, other than that, I don't really have any big plans for tomorrow either. I'm gonna probably go visit my mom. She's elderly, she has dementia, so try to just kind of spend some time, good quality time with her. I don't know how much time we got left with her, but definitely want to spend that.
Yes, I do. We've experienced that too, and it's no fun for those that remember, and probably even less fun for those that don't. But it's trial and error. Not to be too lighthearted, but spend as much time with her as you can, for as long as you can, and just make the best of it. I think that someone once said that you are making their memories, or something along those lines. At least that their current, present experiences is what's the most important. Does that make sense?
Copy that. There's a lot of logic to that. My mom it's amazing talking when she's 84, and lost my father quite a few years ago, probably close to 40 years ago. But she's been a trooper the whole time, and it's strange how their mind it's tight as a tick. They're talking about 20 years ago, 30 years ago, but the more recent memories are kind of hard for them. I definitely want to do that. And like I said, there's a lot of logic to what you said there. But anyway, it's that time of season. I'm going to probably watch a little bit of football tomorrow. Don't really have anybody in the fight that I care for, but we'll probably be sitting there on TV on, fireplace on. Depends on how cold it is. Someone mentioned snow, and I didn't see anything on the weather report about that, but it'd be nice to see a little light dusting or something like that. I'm not big into shoveling, so I'm okay for that stuff. It's covered in the morning, it's gone by afternoon.
Yeah, strangely enough, I do like the fireplace thing. I used to, grow up around one, and Mama's cousins had a natural gas heater, I guess, furnace, heater, because it was the attachment for the fireplace. They closed off the fireplace, and they had, one big unit there. And for their particular house, it was a central chimney. All the rooms were built around the fireplace in that one unit. Anyways, that was a blast. It was always, dry you out and run you out of the house kind of heat. But until we moved here, almost 3 years ago, we were out there towards Midlothian, I think, and it seemed like we got more than just a few inches of snow every winter. But since we got here, we ain't seen squat. It seems like, and probably over here in the valley, being east of downtown, it's a lot like Atlanta down in Georgia. The weather comes in, it doesn't matter how bad it is, the city splits it. The city splits it. It goes north and south. But if you're on the east side of town, you get nothing.
Yeah, you hit the rail on the head. That's pretty much how it is. I've lived in and around Richmond all my life, and it's always been one of those. I think meteorologist is one of the hardest places in the country to predict. But it is amazing how things like that happen. These usually west of the city here get snow, usually east, either rain or nothing. But I have fond memories. You're talking about the fireplace and the gas insert and all that. And I grew up in my younger years with my grandparents' house, who basically heated with wood and even cooked. My grandmother had the old cast iron stove there. I remember her chucking wood into it, cooking on top of it with cast iron and stuff. So it's fond memories, warm memories. Like you said, the dry heat though, and I remember them always throwing a big pail of water on top to kind of humidify the house. But good memories, and it's Christmas, and I guess it's the time for it, correct?
Yeah, it's a good time for memories. They had a floor model. It was definitely a gas appliance, and it was one of those big things. It was about as big as an old TV set, big old console TV set, and it was bigger than one that they had. They just had a little a shelf top television on a roll around cart. You remember those back in the '60s and '70s? Well, this natural gas appliance was metal. It wasn't cast iron or anything like that. It was like a steel appliance, much like a washer and dryer. It comes in assembled, I guess. It has panels and whatnot, but it had the porcelain grate on the front. That thing would glow in the dark. That was one of the best things about that. My grandmother on my dad's side had one in the bathroom, a little tiny unit that hung on the wall, and that's how they kind of sort of heated their house. They had a central heating system as well, but they had all the walls in the house. There was like a, I don't know, 6 or 8 inch gap, and that would be between the ceiling and the top of the wall. So it was kind of efficient. I don't know if it was an old Sears type house, if you remember those. They assembled almost like a modular building. Wasn't a mobile home. It was pretty much a stick house, but it was almost like something on the beach in the middle of northeast Georgia there, and it was very efficient. But those appliances always kind of what's the word? I was fascinated.
You definitely sound like you're from the same age group as me. I remember, maybe 20 years ago, actually visiting I think Beaufort, South Carolina. But I think the street I remember taking a tour of had the largest collection of Sears houses. And here, this is the fact she had Sears, but they were. I think they came by the truckload, and everything was numbered and stuff like that. But they had the largest collection, and I think what I remember the tour guide telling me about that was that it was. I think they filmed. I think The Big Chill was filmed on that, which that movie goes back ways too, but was filmed on that street. But it had the largest collection of Sears houses that were still been restored and all that. But yeah, that definitely brings back some memories. It was funny. I got a catalog in the other day from Bass Pro. And I was just thinking, man, this is like the Christmas wish book we used to get from Sears back in the day.
Yeah, I think my grandmother's third husband, which was my dad's stepdad at the time. Side note, they had us grandkids call him Uncle instead of step-grandfather. So Uncle Roy had that particular house. I think he worked for the Burlington Coat Factory over there in Gwinnett County in Georgia. And that's what he retired from. So he had plenty. For what it was worth, it wasn't a great big lot. It wasn't a great big house. I think it was a 2-bedroom house, full bath, and a great room. It was almost like an enclosed garage, I guess. So it wasn't a big house, but efficient. We rode out the blizzard of '93 there, and they were the kind of people that put plastic on their windows. It wasn't a ratty looking house. It was just a standard brick home. It was very well built for what it was whenever it was built. But we rode that out. We didn't starve. We didn't freeze. I even found a job during the blizzard.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, I remember the windows can be drafty. It doesn't matter. I don't care how high quality window you have in the house. They still breathe the cold air. But yeah, definitely remember those days as well. So are you from down in that direction? If so, we brought you up north here because not many people move north. Most of them move south.
Yeah, I was born in Gainesville, Georgia, and my family had moved around several times. They lived out in Oregon for a few years. Dad was in the service. They lived out in Germany for a few years. I think that was his first 2 years. And the second 2 years, he served in the States. He got out after 4, and then they came back to Georgia because he was from middle Georgia, and Mom was from Athens, and that's where they ended up. They had a couple different places, and they bought a house eventually near the YMCA, and our street was their back door pretty much. Their buses raced through after school every day. But grew up in Athens, Georgia, moved about. I have lived out in Missouri temporarily, and met my better half out there, the current better half. I'm divorced. First wife, met her in Georgia. But after the divorce, stuck with the better half, and she has family over here. So we kind of ventured through Georgia and stayed a bit. And probably a few months later, we ended up here because it's closer to her family down in Dinwiddie, and that's kind of why we stuck around this area. We don't see much of them or hear much from them, but just in case. Mainly, we were right here because we were right across the interstate from the hospital.
Hey, copy that. I've actually lost two spouses in my lifetime here. I lost one back in 2006. Both suddenly lost. But my fiance she's an Army, the divorcee of Army, and it's funny. It's not funny, but I mean, hearing your stories about her getting around, she was up in Fairbanks, Alaska for a while, down in Texas and Alabama and stuff like that. She's been around for a while. She's originally from Delaware, but anyway, both kids have turned into, I'll call them Army brats, but they're not really brats, but they're fine kids or fine young people now. But she's got a son I guess left a almost stepson who's out in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So been out there quite a few times. I actually was invited, but just declined to make the trip this year. And of course, the daughter just moved out of Charleston and came up to they're in Newport News or Suffolk area now. But she's married. She's a nurse, but she's married to a submariner who just got back from deployment. Thank goodness, 2 days ago. So. Anyway, I understand that it's kind of a nomadic lifestyle, and it's like chasing gypsies if you're trying to be near the kids.
Yeah, I bet it can be. Dad was Air Force, but he didn't really fly unless he had to. He was no pilot. He was more of a pencil pusher, he says. And that was just his thing. I got out of that and into the restaurant food chain, and ended up being a milkman. He would deliver milk to the stores and hospitals and schools and stuff like that. None of that doorstep stuff, but he did that for 2 or 3 decades. But that was about it. Mom was a teacher's aide for a while, I think. She got into food distribution herself. I think it was McLean Southeast. They stocked grocery stores, and at the time they had a Taco Bell account and stuff like that. They keep those restaurants stocked too. So, yeah, kind of weird stuff. I think we've always done something food service. Food service has always been in our family and extended family, so that's kind of easy for us. I always thought military brats, Army brats, that was just kind of like a surname or a description. It wasn't anything bad, it's just family.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Military brats like that. I hesitate to actually use that, but they're fun kids, and I be honest with you, I'm really amazed at their resilience, and anyone who grew up in that type of lifestyle they're amazing. Most all of them are very outward-going people. They're make friends. I guess you have to reinvent yourself from town to town and stuff. So anyway, it's an interesting dynamic when you meet them. They're amazing people. And it's like I've been a homebody forever here. So anyway, I'm kind of an introvert, but they force me to be more of an extrovert when I can be. But I'm very proud of both of them. So of course, grandkids have come along as well. So they're gonna live the lifestyle too, which is nothing wrong with. Like I said, I think it makes them a much more rounded person.
I'm sure there's a lot we can learn from folks like that. The only way to find that is just hang around them and just pay attention to what's going on. All right, I got to go find me something to eat. I'll catch up with you later, Mark. It's good talking to you again. If I don't talk to you today or tomorrow again, Merry Christmas. And 7-3, WRHT 848. I'm hungry.
Hey, copy that, William. You also have a very good Christmas. If I don't talk to you soon, I'll probably be around. But anyway, WRHT 848, this is WSA 8786 73, and get you later.
Man, that's a lot of fun. If I can't do that once a day, every day, I'd miss it. The radio makes a difference. The repeaters make a difference. The people are the best. You're not doing it, you're missing out. What $35 for 10 years for a license, whatever it costs for a radio, that's $3.50 a year. That's cheap, man. Do it. Merry Christmas.